With a body length of about 20 centimeters, bullfrogs are the largest frogs in North America, as well as the champion jumpers.
Long-legged Larry was a frog at the pond. Jump so high, might miss him while he gone. Jump over anything, even King Kong. Jumpin' Jack Flash was his favorite song. Now once upon a time there was a cat in a tree.
What's up, guys? This is episode 1 of the Here's to the Rubble Friday podcast. So this is not going to be as long form as the Wednesday episode. It's more of a release radar thing where we talk about like the new music that's coming out, and we talk a little bit about it, I guess. I got Jalen here with me, and we're both going to talk about some songs that just came out or are coming out tonight and that we're excited about. And yeah, that's just about it. So, Jalen, what kind of stuff you got for me today?
Yeah, dude, let's just dive straight in. So to start off,
Right?
I have the first song off the new T Grizzly album. And I've been pretty excited for this album. It just he announced it like out of nowhere like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, he just kind of dropped it. This is Grizzly's first album in first studio album in 2 years. He's done a couple mixtapes, but yeah, he had some tragedies happen in 2019. He's kind of fallen off their radar, and this is like just kind of out of nowhere.
This
his
is like
big
the comeback.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited for this one.
Okay, cool. I guess let's cue it up and
Yeah, do
we'll
you want to just
listen.
get straight in? All right, but
real quick, I'll just say for the actual YouTube release of this, we're not gonna put the songs in just because playing new music is a really good way to get your video taken down, especially when these songs are just coming out the day that this podcast is going to come out, right? So we're going to talk about these songs. We highly recommend that you listen to them. But yeah, with that, I guess let's get it queued up. All right, yeah. So that was Grizzly Talk by T Grizzly. That song was awesome, man. I remember, I think I kind of told this to you earlier because I did listen to this one before we started. This is not the type of song, like, because I had never really listened to T Grizzly before. I probably wouldn't have checked this out if it wasn't for you bringing it up. But that song is awesome. I really like the way that I guess the kind of more intense beat kicked in right when he was upping the intensity of his vocals too. That was like, that killed. That was awesome.
That's a very T Grizzly thing to do. He does that quite a bit. Yeah, it's part of his style. I'm a huge Grizzly fan. I've been a fan of his since 2017, I want to say, when he first dropped First Day Out, which is his first big song, which he dropped immediately after getting out of prison. Like, literally, I think he went and recorded it the day that he got out of prison and dropped it within like the week. And then he just blew up day one, and he's been just an absolute force in the Detroit rap game since then. But I think that's a great song to start off his new album after like kind of going back out of the spotlight for a couple of years, to come out immediately talking about having a kid and kind of updating everyone like what's been going on with him.
Yeah, totally. And like he was talking about a lot of like real stuff at the beginning.
Yeah.
I think like as someone who, hasn't listened to him before or whatever, that being the opening track of the album, that's a really great introduction to like what you'd be getting into with that album.
Yeah.
So yeah, what's that album called? Because you probably want to talk about that, right?
It's called Built for Whatever, name of the album.
Okay, great.
The whole album's great. Like I listened to it once last night, like right at midnight, and then once before the podcast, and the whole album is just super solid. It has a lot of great features. It's got King Von, it's got YNW Melly, which we talked about. Like, it's pretty wild that he was able to get Melly on.
Before the podcast, we were like, how did that even happen? Isn't he still in prison right now? But yeah,
that was pretty great.
Yeah, no, cool. That was a great song. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, he also has his younger brother who just sadly went back to prison. He had been out. He got out, went and recorded that album, and then went back to prison within like 2 months for parole violation. But Baby Grizzly's his name, and he's on 2 of the tracks.
Oh, no kidding.
And it's just great, to have like a family connection there. Really trying to help out his family.
Yeah, totally. So yeah, the next song is it's pretty different, I would say. Um, so I was talking about this with Jalen earlier. The songs that I was listening to, I was like, wow, this is so the song is it's called "Sorry Mom" by the band Camino. Um, I listened to it today, and I personally I really liked it because I don't know. These guys are great. The stuff that they write always feels very like genuine and like I don't know. It might be cheesy to say, but from the heart. And for a song like this, where it's a guy talking about his relationship with his mom, it just feels good. And there's a lot of stuff in this that kind of rang true with me, where I was like, yeah, I feel that. Like there's a line in it that's like, yeah, I know I don't call home enough, stuff like that. Uh, but I think it's really great. But I didn't realize it's Mother's Day weekend. That's why there's so many songs out right now that are about like your mom and stuff like that. So yeah, I guess we can play that one next and then talk
All
about
right,
it a bit, Jalen.
let's get into it.
Yeah. So yeah, that song actually came out April 30th, but
Just
it's
gonna roll with
it's
it
Mother's
now.
Day weekend, so yeah, we're
There
just
it
gonna
is.
roll with it because it's fine. Um, yeah, I really like those guys. I think like this is the obviously the latest thing they put out, but I think before this it had been like a few months before. Like I don't know when the last release they had. To be fair, I haven't been
Yeah,
following them that closely, but I really love just the lead singer of that band, his voice. It's just like
yeah, man,
the
he's
tone of it
great.
is great. Oh
Kind of
yeah,
like
it's I feel like
what you were saying with the last song is like there's no chance at all I would have ever listened to that song if it wasn't for
yeah,
you.
right?
Like I would have never found it, but I'm really glad I did. Like it really did like you said resonate with me in a way.
Totally,
Um
right?
and
Yeah.
pretty funny story actually. Sometime either this week or next week I have an appointment to go get a "I'm sorry mom" tattoo. Like
That rocks, dude. That's
yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, I've spent like years trying to decide like, oh, what should my first tattoo be? Like it should mean something, blah blah blah, all this and that. And my
Hmm.
mom doesn't really like tattoos. So I was like, it would be funny if I just went and got
Yeah.
"I'm sorry, mom," because I have to tell her sorry when she sees the tattoo anyway. So I'm like, what
Yeah,
if
of
the
course.
tattoo just said it?
Just says
And
I'm
so
sorry. Yeah.
yeah, so when you sent that, I just started laughing. Like it was just so funny to me.
That
But it was a
rocks,
great
man.
song. Great song.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. What's the next one you have for us here?
The next one I have is where did it go? All right, the next song is "Trying to Float" by Night Level. He's a
Okay, cool.
Canadian rapper. I'm a big fan, so let's just get into
Hey,
this.
Canadian. Hell yeah. It's my
Let's get
country,
it.
baby. That's sick, man. So, yeah, that you said that was Trying to Float by Night, how do you pronounce Night Level? Night Level? I don't know.
Level,
Level.
level.
Cool, yeah.
Yeah, like love and level.
Yeah, that
Uh,
makes sense. Yeah.
yeah.
That was pretty
So
cool.
he's
You said he's
yeah.
from, oh yeah, go right ahead, yeah.
Oh no, I was just gonna say he's been like making a lot of like noise in the underground since probably 2014, somewhere in that ballpark. Like on
No kidding.
SoundCloud, underground. Like he's been around for a while, but he's just now kind of he's had a cult following for a while, but he's now
Yeah,
just kind
totally.
of coming to the mainstream. He just signed a record label or record deal
Oh,
like
hell yeah. That's
a few
awesome.
months ago. This is the first project he's dropped since then.
Yeah, this song had a really cool vibe. Like, just like,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like laid back, but like, you can really like, I don't know. I found myself really like bobbing my head and like kind of swaying to it, right? Like,
Yeah, I
that's a cool
really
track.
like I it's hard to put like a label on exactly what he like what kind of music he makes. I almost
Totally,
want to
yeah.
say it's almost like dark trap music. It's like a
I
it's
was
just
gonna say, yeah,
it's a dark
dark
horror
trap.
movie like atmosphere, but not like other horrorcore rap where it's like, you know, I don't know, Tech Nine or the Juggalos or anything like that, where it's like more like a slasher film and jump scares. This is more like a ambient, like spooky
Totally.
ghost
Yeah,
story. Like
it's got like a dark, creepy kind of feeling to it,
mhm,
as opposed to the stuff where it's
exactly.
just like really in your face. Yeah.
Yeah. I really feel the
And
whole album captures that.
totally. Actually, it's funny you mention like a horror vibe for the music, because the next song that I have here, this was one that I can honestly say I did not expect to be hearing today when I checked my what's it called? It's literally like the name of this podcast. I can't remember what it is. Like
Release radar.
the Yeah, the release radar. That's what it is. It's a song by a band called Ice Nine Kills. And if you're familiar with Ice Nine Kills, they're like kind of like they're like metalcore, so their stuff is usually like pretty. It's very melodic, but it's like heavy. Whereas this
Uh-huh.
song, it's called Jason's Mom, and
Okay.
it's just a parody of Stacy's mom, but about like Jason Voorhees' mother from the Friday the 13th movies.
All right.
It's
Perfect for Mother's Day.
yeah, exactly. That's something, all right.
Keep the
So
theme going.
yeah, let's cue that one up, I guess.
All right, man. Let's get it.
So yeah, that's just like like it's just a dumb fun song, man.
Yeah,
Like
dude. Exactly my thought. Dumb fun. Like,
like
this is funny. Who
they're
doesn't know
yeah,
Stacy's
right?
mom?
The last album they put out was in 2018. It was called The Silver Scream, and it was just a bunch of songs, basically about horror movies or like movies. Like they have this really good one, uh, based on The Crow called Grave Mistake. Uh, but those are
Hmm.
at least a little bit like they're very tongue in cheek, I guess, but they're a little more serious. Whereas this was just like completely off the rails. Like I don't know
Yeah.
whose idea this was, but I'm glad they made it. Um,
Uh, to just get a
yeah.
little off the main topic here, what do you think about parody songs overall as a whole? Like, what are your thoughts on
Oh,
parody songs?
overall, I'm not a fan.
Not a fan. Okay.
No, this is like, I'd say, other than like Weird Al, I'm not really into
Yeah.
parody songs. And even then, I'm not going to put on Weird Al to listen to, I'm not like, oh man, I've had a long, hard day at work. I just really need to just cool down by listening to Eat It. Like
Yeah.
that's not what I
Yeah.
do.
No,
But
I feel
this
that. I
one just
feel that.
kind of right, yeah. This kind of just caught me by
Yeah.
surprise because I was like, "Oh, new Ice Nine Kills. I'll put that on." And then yeah, it was a parody of Stacy's mom about Friday the 13th. So
Yeah, dude.
it,
I mean, I'm definitely gonna
yeah,
like check more of their stuff out after that. Like, I want to hear
dude, you got to listen
like
to yeah that album from 2018,
the whole.
The
Okay.
Silver Scream. At
Yeah.
least
I mean,
listen
I'm a
to
huge.
Grave Mistake.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of The Crow. It's one of my favorite movies. I've seen
Yeah,
it
there you go.
way too many times.
I actually
Like,
didn't know that about you.
yeah, dude, I love that movie. It's great. It's one of
Huh.
my like, just I don't know. I don't know if I'd call it a comfort film, but I've seen it a bunch of times. I
Yeah,
love the vibe
I
of
don't know
it.
if that movie can qualify as a comfort film, but fair enough.
Yeah, dude.
What do you got for us next here?
Next is War Stories from All Black, and that's one word, all caps. He specifies that very clearly. I'm a big fan of All Black. This is his first studio album. He's been out rapping forever, but he just got a deal. He's just kind of now like getting
Oh, that's
big, so
awesome, man.
very excited for this one.
Oh yeah, I'm stoked to hear it. Let's put it up. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, that was interesting, man. I don't know, like I haven't listened to like much stuff of that style. Where's
Uh-huh.
this guy from? Because you said
He's from
he's
the
like
West
pretty
Coast.
okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So you said he's pretty
he's
new, right? Like
well,
or sorry, not
he's
new,
been
but he's only just like
yeah.
hitting the
This is his
mainstream now,
first
right?
studio album. He's been like kind of a West Coast legend for like
Mm-hmm.
years now, and you can really tell that by like looking at the features on the album. The album's "Thank You for Fucking with Me," by the way. That's the
Yeah, I
name of the
saw that.
album.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, he's got a bunch of just West Coast legends on the album. He's got E40, I mean himself, Mozzie, Vince Staples, and then he
Yeah, I
has
saw Vince
like,
Staples there.
oh yeah, dude, I love Vince Staples. Vince Staples to me is the like the force of the West right now. Like the West Coast, like
Hmm.
whenever I want to listen to West Coast style music, it's him. And I really think All Black embodies that too. Like when I listen to a song by him, I want to be in a car. I want to be in a drop top. I want the roof down. I want it, I want to play it loud as hell, and I just want to drive down the highway. Like
Yeah,
that's the
totally.
vibe I get with West Coast music and with All Black.
Oh yeah, like I totally know what you mean. Yeah. No, that was really cool actually. So that album just came out, that just dropped today, and you said that's his first studio album?
Yeah.
Shit, yeah, I'm gonna have to give that whole thing a listen, I think. But yeah, I guess next up, this is the one that personally, out of all these songs that I've been playing, this is the only one that I was like waiting for its release, like
Mm-hmm.
I was really looking forward to this one. The song is Fringes by the band Good Information. Um, these guys are kind of like I don't know how to describe them to people who don't know them. But I've been a big fan of these guys for a while, ever since I saw them live. But even before that, actually, I all I wanted was to see them live because I had heard how amazing they are. But the thing about Good Information is they've been playing shows for like about I think a couple of years just around Edmonton now. But this is the first recorded thing that they have out that's like official, right? Like because they put out videos of them playing and stuff
Hmm.
before, like, but this is their first studio uh
Hmm.
recording, and
Do you
it's
have any
fantastic.
idea like why that is? Like why they've chosen
I honestly,
to
I'm
not
not
release?
sure.
Not sure.
I
Okay.
know the drummer of the band, B-Boye. He's, by the way, fantastic. One of the coolest people I've ever met, and like such a good drummer. I think the main reason
Awesome.
for that is because so these guys are kind of like jazz influenced, right? Which you'll know if you listen
Uh-huh.
to the song. Um, and jazz, a lot of jazz stuff, it's more focused on live and improvisation and stuff like that, right? So like I've heard them play this song before live, but it didn't sound exactly like it does on this track here, right? But
Hmm.
my God, they are something to see live. Here's an example. I was talking earlier about how great of a drummer B-Boy is. He had a drum solo at the one show that I saw them at, which was like
Yeah.
5 minutes long, and I swear to God, everyone in the room was at the edge of their seats the entire time. He was controlling the entire room. Everyone was like not they were holding their breath. He just had everyone in like the palm of his hand. It was incredible.
Yeah.
Um,
That sounds
but yeah, this is
incredible.
their first dude, they're so good. This is their first official release, and I'm so happy about it because that means that now I can send this to people and be like, you guys need to hear this. Because I think I've mentioned them before to you guys before. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, these guys are incredible, but I had nothing to show you, right? But now we
Yeah.
finally do.
All
What
right.
did you think of it? Because like,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah,
yeah,
I really
sorry.
liked it. No, no, it's good. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. Like kind of like what I was saying with All Black, it gives me the like vibe of I want to be in a car or like cruising. This I want to go to my local
Hmm.
jazz club, which there is still one left in my town, amazingly. Like I want to go downtown,
You
I want to
gotta
go to the
go,
jazz
man.
club.
Go. You
I
gotta
know.
support them.
I want to go there. I want to like sit down with like a drink in like
Hmm.
specifically I want to find a smoking section. I just want to be surrounded by cigar
Yeah,
smoke and just relax. I can just vibe. Like
absolutely. Yeah.
that's exactly how I feel listening to this. It's great. Like this is just it's just good music. Like if you don't want to be distracted, like if you just want something in
Hmm.
on the background while you're working or doing anything, like this song's perfect.
Totally. Like if you're if and then I would say like for when you see them live, you'd be surprised like how much like because this is the type of song like you said you can absolutely put this on in the background and that's totally fine,
Mm-hmm.
but when you're actually watching them, because I'm a big proponent of live
Oh
music.
yeah,
I think that's
yeah,
like the best way to listen to music.
yeah,
um
totally.
you just when you're watching these guys, it's incredible.
Oh, I'm sure it's mesmerizing live. Just seeing them
Oh,
do this,
100%
like yeah,
mesmerizing.
a
That's exactly
totally
that's exactly how
different
I
vibe.
describe it. Yeah.
Totally different vibe
um
live. I'm sure.
yeah, totally. These guys, Good Information, they like to describe themselves as like jazz music with what is it? It's jazz with a beat influence.
Yeah,
And I think you can definitely like feel that in
totally.
these
Yeah, no,
when they yeah,
perfectly.
right? When they play live shows, they do a lot of stuff that's just like this, but they've also I remember I think I told you about this. I thought it was really cool. They also do like instrumental covers of like rap songs. Like they did
Yeah.
How Much a Dollar Costs by Kendrick like in this style,
Ah,
and
I
it
want to hear that
was
so bad.
so cool. It was so cool. I'll see if I have a video that I can send you, but yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that'd be amazing.
this is the one I was definitely the most excited about. Um,
Ah, I
and
see
yeah,
why, man. This is great.
right, yeah. And with that, I think that's the last. That is the last song we have today for you guys. Um, if you guys like this, let us know. We're gonna be workshopping the format a little bit. I think this is more of just like a test to see if it works or not. But I enjoyed doing this, and I'm it's like you were saying earlier, Jalen. You wouldn't have listened to the type of stuff that I
Mhm.
sent if I had, if we hadn't done this,
Yeah.
and vice versa. I probably wouldn't have checked out those songs. And I added at least the Grizzly Talks one to my playlist, and then I'll
Yeah.
probably actually listen to the full albums of those two. But yeah, I think this is just a cool idea to like, tell people what's coming out and what to check out because so much new music comes out, and it's kind of hard to filter through all of it. So us
Yeah.
doing this here, we're just going to give you the highlights in our opinion, and yeah, it's up to you guys to listen to them, I guess.
Yeah, man, it's great.
Is
It's the best part of this podcast is, being able to discover new music and finding out like
absolutely, yeah,
how, everyone's music taste is different, but we all kind of enjoy it the same way to an extent.
yeah, totally.
It's just great to hear from
Um,
people.
hmm Is there anything coming out that you're especially excited for, or is there anything else you want to talk
Um,
about before we're done?
I don't think off the top of my head I have anything coming out like
Okay.
that I'm excited for. There's going to be a lot of big releases this year, but with everything going on, a lot of artists are afraid to put dates on them. Like, J. Cole
Yeah,
drops next
that's
week.
totally fair, I think. Oh, cool.
That'll be pretty big. ASAP Rocky drops later this year. Drake drops later this year. Like, we're gonna get some big drops. It's gonna be a good year for music.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree more, man. Real quick before we I guess sign off. There's an album, or sorry, there's an EP coming out actually tonight at midnight that I played bass on. I believe it's called the Radio Noises 3, the Azul tapes, which is just blue in Spanish, by Static, STVTIC. Um, if you've never listened to his stuff before, I'd say definitely check it out. But I
Yeah.
played bass on a couple of the songs in this EP, and it was a lot of fun.
And you
And
said
Tanner,
tonight at midnight?
tonight at midnight it comes out, yeah.
Okay.
Tanner is like a really talented like rapper and producer or whatever. And it was a lot of fun to work on these. So I personally am really excited to hear it because I haven't heard the finished products actually. I basically just he sent
Just
to me, he
worked
was
on
like,
it?
"Hey, yeah," he was like, you think you could do a funky bass line over this?" And I was like, pretty sure I can manage something. Uh, yeah, and then I recorded some tracks, and then like he sent me a couple of videos of like it coming along, but I haven't heard the finished products yet. So I'm
Yeah.
super excited for that. But with that, I think that's the podcast, you guys. So have a great Friday, and here's to the Rubble.
Yeah. See you.